Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. One integer from 1 to 10. It is an 8. Is that Azazel? I think it might be Azazel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is Azazel. Okay, let me close this window here. Close that one and get ready to play. Okay, I mean, I can't lie. I'm excited by the fact that we're going to be Azazel. Yeah, we're ready to hit the button. Just making sure it's not the Lost. There is an L in it, so I wanted to be careful. And we'll check out our seat here. YRAY DQBC. Admittedly, some people are going to be a little bit displeased by the fact that there's an Azazel run here. However, we haven't had an Azazel run in, like, I gotta be honest, it feels like it's been 30 or 40 episodes. So, definitely, we're due, is what I'm trying to say there. What are the keys to an Azazel run? Pretty much just don't take the world's worst damage and you should be totally fine. We start out, if you've forgotten about Azazel, we start out with the ability to fly, as well as this little miniature brimstone laser, which gives us a pretty remarkable amount of damage that we can do in the early game. So again, pretty much, I can't stress enough. That's good. That's decent. That is also good. I can't stress enough that this is a really, really easy kind of shortcut to success. If I'm talking about Isaac runs being automatic a lot of the time, Azazel runs are going to be automatic a lot of the time as well. But again, I don't feel too, you know, bent out of shape about taking Azazel. It's not like we scummed it up and chose Azazel or anything like that. The gods of randomness have finally given us a non-Samson, non-Judas, non-Blue Baby run, and it happened to be a character we have not played in quite some time. Only thing I'd really be on the lookout for is it would be nice to pick up some extra range. If we're able to do so, I feel like we're sitting pretty much completely pretty here. Of course, we should have a deal with the devil on the next floor. I would like to have maybe an HP upgrade ready for that, but we'll see. We don't need an HP upgrade if we can just get more spirit hearts. So what I'm actually thinking is maybe we come in here, blow up... The thing never came down from the sky, but that's okay. We'll pick up this spirit heart, then we'll pick up the battery, and we'll use the battery to find what appears to be the second secret room down here. And if this is another eternal heart, well, not another eternal heart, we didn't find it actually, but if it was an eternal heart or a black heart or some spirit hearts, we would be in a really, really good position moving forward. I've got to say actually that I think the Doctor's Remote is a pretty good item for us here. I saw an interesting suggestion on the subreddit today. The interesting suggestion on the Binding of Isaac subreddit was that the Sun card should make it so that Curse of Darkness is purged. This is actually a discussion, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like it's something that needs to be discussed in the United Nations or something like that, but it's a discussion that I think is, if not important to have, interesting to have, because it really illuminates kind of like what your design philosophy for video games is. And my first instinct was like, well, the Sun card is already super powerful. It already gives you full health. It already gives you the map. It already gives you... Yeah, that's fine. It already gives you, well, the map and compass, I guess. And it also gives you the Necronomicon effect for the room. That's pretty powerful. Why make it even more powerful by making it purge Curse of Darkness? But then I was like, does it really make the game that much easier to have Curse of Darkness removed by a card that doesn't show up all the time? And to be honest with you, I don't think the answer is necessarily yes. I think maybe it's just the kind of thing where it would be really cool to have these unique interactions. Another one that yeah, we'll take this for sure. For now, at least. Another one that I heard a long time ago was the idea that if you have the tick, you should be able to pick up the matchstick trinket and then burn it away. Much in the same way that you would actually, like, light a match and then put it to a tick in order to, you know, get the tick to burrow out of your skin. That, you know, it's not unburrow. That sounds a little safer than burrow out, but you get the idea. I actually kind of really like the idea that you could have these two items that interact in a very specific way together that you would have to learn, because it just adds a little bit more depth to the game, a little bit more strategy, because when it comes up you can be like, oh right, I remember this cool kind of synergy right now. I will say that I normally am not one of those guys who likes games that designed by realism, is like, you know, oh, why... Well, I have binoculars, why can't I see super far into the distance on this specific part of the level or something like that? Like, I'm not normally that guy. But in this specific case, I don't think it necessarily makes the game prohibitively easier as a result of this. I think it would be kind of cool to add that. The other one I saw was like, there's been a lot of these suggestions on the subreddit lately, but make it so 2020 makes it impossible for you to get Curse of the Blind. The idea, of course, being that, you know, since you have glasses, you have better vision, you can't be blind. That one, I think it has a little bit more possible. I'm not, if you're the person who suggested it, I'm not trying to offend you or anything like that, but I think it has a little bit more dangerous, yes, implication, because, Curse of the Blind actually does make the game a lot harder, so to nullify it makes it potentially too easy. However, at the same time, how often are you going to have 2020 and Curse of the Blind? It's not going to show up all that often, I think. So I think you can probably get away with it. So I would really like to buy... I'm going to buy the Spirit Heart. I would really like to get Pandora's Box here as well. So why don't we use our bomb to... where the heck is our secret room going to be then? It must be here? I know this seems ridiculous. But we probably wouldn't have been able to get it anyway. Is it here? Because the other rooms, one of them is adjacent to the boss, and that one we already checked on, and the other one had its way blocked. So, yeah, I'm content to just go down to the next floor. I'm just a little surprised by the way that that worked out. And we get to keep the doctor's remote this way. I think I may use the Fool card here, and I know the Fool card has a better use for getting out of the boss rush room, but I'm just going to try to save our HP and play a little bit more conservatively here. If we get the opportunity to teleport out of boss rush with a card that we get later, awesome. For right now, I'm a little lower on HP. You know what, let's just do this. I'm a little lower on HP than I'd like to be, but we can definitely make it work. We picked up a staggering damage upgrade when we already started with staggering damage. Not to mention, Torn Photo is going to make it so that we can charge up our staggering damage upgrade super quickly. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for my stance on weird single item interactions, or sorry, like 2-item interactions in Rebirth, definitely I am on the side of more weirdness as long as it doesn't destroy game balance. I mean, I'm not trying to sound cocky here. I'm of the opinion that maybe, probably because I played 800 hours of it, every 800 hours, an hour of it, Rebirth is maybe a little bit too easy, so I'm hesitant. Not too easy, but, you know, easier than vanilla, maybe, let's say. And I get that I'm also just playing better than I played in vanilla, and I know more than I knew in vanilla, and I have more experience than I had in vanilla. But anyway, I'm hesitant as a result of anything that potentially makes the game substantially and consistently easier on top of that, but something that inconsistently makes the game easier, like, you know, 5% of the time, and leads to a cool synergy. I think that improves the game experience, honestly. It's not something that's high on my list for Afterbirth. You know, there's other things that I would rather see time invested to, but if they decide, hey, wouldn't it be cool if the matchstick let you burn off the tick and then you could take whatever trinket you want, I think that would be kind of a cool interaction. Yeah, I botched that one miserably, but that's okay. I think it's pretty clear that's a huge help. I think it's pretty clear, though, that we're coming to the point where, as a result of pretty much the fact that we're Azazel, plus we started with Death's Touch as our first deal with the Devil item, we pretty much at this point can get rid of Doctor's Remote because it doesn't really provide us with much benefit. That was not very intelligent of me, I'll be the first to admit. Yeah, this is fine. I mean, I've thought about getting the Coin Purse and getting rid of the exact thing I've been talking about, Doctor's Remote, but I don't think it's that important to get rid of it for an item that's not that good if I have to blow up my donation machine constantly. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on that issue. That's super good. I really doubt it'll probably end up happening, but it would be kind of cool. And beyond that, it's not stupid to theorize about stuff like that. It just gives you, it's a little bit of mental gymnastics, you know? I don't know why I thought that was the secret room for sure, but it gives you the chance to do some mental gymnastics, you know, keeps your brain sharp. It's the same thing as, like, you know, if you play Dota theory crafting, oh, what if we had, like, what if we ran a Juggernaut Crystal Maiden lane in the early game and went for these early game ganks, or, you know, doing a crossword puzzle, doing some Sudoku, stuff like that, etc., etc. It keeps your brain sharp. Gotta do those mental exercises, man. You gotta keep training your brain. You need Wii Fit for your brain. That's actually the exact conceit for Brain Age, I think, which I never played because I was too busy binge drinking in college when those games came out. That's only a half joke. Alright. I wouldn't recommend it necessarily. I think binge drinking really ages your brain. So, I am going to take these pills. And I don't regret it, but this is probably a little bad for the toxicity of my city. Of my city. You can't say the word unless you're like a pharmacologist. You can't say the word toxicity and not at least, you know, be like, okay, I will pay mine to the System of a Down classic. We all know that it exists. We might as well just get it out of our system now so that we don't have to talk about it later, you know, when we're at the conference. In case you have never heard me talk about it, Michael L. Fox is also the ultimate... Did I already look there for a secret room? I might have. The ultimate singer of Toxicity. It's one of his go-to karaoke jams of choice, and it is so good at being so... I'm not gonna say terrible, but it's noteworthy in a way that you might not expect. I don't know where I'm... My brain is addled pre-coffee. Can we get an item that breaks Curse of the Lost? Oh, this is definitely what we want. So this is, like, pretty much a guaranteed win now. If it was not already, it almost certainly is now. Any item? Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have Champion's Belt, but finding blue map early so I can figure out where those second secret rooms is nice as well, and it was half price, so it should pay for itself pretty quickly. Probably, like, in one secret room, for that matter. But anyway, now, if you add that, like, matchstick ability to burn the tick, and if you add the Sun card's ability to purge Curse of Darkness, and you add 2020's ability to purge Curse of the Blind, we need to have something purge Curse of the Lost, man. That's all I'm saying. You know what? I will take this. We'll get a little dangerous Darkwing Duck style here. We've already been to our second secret room, obviously. This is Catacombs 2, so we're like 3.5 minutes ahead of schedule. I know people are going to be like, why in the hell did you take Ghost Baby? I took it, honestly, because now we have Book of Revelations, so we should be completely fine, and speaking of which, we'll use it a couple times more right now. We should be completely fine on Spirit Hearts, so, I figure we might as well go on full Spirit Hearts, so we have the opportunity to get some permanent Polaroid invincibility. But what I'm getting at earlier is, we definitely need the ability to purge some of those, like, worst curses in the game. I mean, I guess the opportunity to purge those already exists, doesn't it, in the form of Black Candle and the Dagaz rune. I saw some people in the thread be like, why would you do this? Black Candle shows up all the time anyway. And I'm like, man, I want your shops. Not that I should be complaining. Northern Lion Luck is it's a real thing. Might as well use it right now. Well, it's not a real thing, but it's an observable thing. Take that as you will. But I tend to find Black Candle a little bit more rarely than I'd like, but maybe it's just because I'd like it all the time. Alright. I'm trying to... Where did that chest go? It's all the way up there now? Well, if it's all the way up there, then I don't really care about it. Let us, yeah, head down to the next floor. We've already found our secret rooms. We've got no chance for an arcade on the next floor. Not that we would want to play one anyway. I would like a little bit more money to give to our donation machine. We've been very unkind to it, and it has been very good to us. But now we have a spacebar item that we can rely on in the future. See, Curse of the Lost, man. I did see some people, and they were like, you know, the map should purge Amnesia, Curse of the Lost. I agree, but it is hard for me to commit to it. But I do hate Curse of the Lost. I don't know. There's also going to be, I think, people that are like, why would you change anything? And there's something, like, why would you change any of the item interactions, at least? Apart from the synergies that obviously, you know, should have been in there in the first place. Brimstone, what am I trying to get here? Like, Brimstone, Rubber Cement, maybe, or something like that. Brimstone, Monstro's Lung. That's one that people always talk about. But, I don't necessarily disagree. I think the game is very good as is. And I'd hesitate to do anything that would completely break the existing balance of it. However, I think there's room for like cool stuff like that as well if they decide on it. But now I'm talking about this thing as if it's like a huge deal, but it's really, really actually very minor. Let's not worry about it too much. Let's just finish our Azazel run and then we come back as Isaac. It's weird. I've got a big backlog right now. Oh, I left a big backlog on the toilet this morning. And I got people tweeting me that are like, hey, you know, you should really stop saying that Isaac runs are guaranteed wins, because they're not. And, you know, 20 episodes ago I would have been like, well, you're technically right, they're not, but, you know, the odds are really, really good. But the last few, or several of the last few at least, Isaac runs have been pretty tough. So I don't necessarily think that, you know, just because we've got a really, really good chance as Azazel right now, I don't think that guarantees us at all a a win on our next run. I think I've got to pay a little bit more respect to the Isaac runs than I have been doing previously. I think they would have found a secret room if it were there, but it doesn't look like it would have been there to begin with. Those guys pre-fired on me, you know, Nova 2 son of a bitch. Sons of a bitch? Sons of... Wait, why does... Sons of bitches. Okay, that one works. You can't use sons of a bitch unless... The only appropriate time to use that is if you have two assholes and they're both brothers. That's not going to be likely, because they're both going to be, you know... Or at least half-brothers. They have to have the same mother. Otherwise, they're sons of bitches. And you can't use son of bitches unless they have two mothers, which biologically is not possible. Perhaps, you know, their family unit could consist of two mothers, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, yeah, let's donate some money here. I'd rather make sure our donation machine is kept flush-ish. But, you know, it's a hard curse to get nomenclature and pluralization for. Sons of bitches. Yeah. It's weird because it sounds clumsy, but that's really the one that works, isn't it? I forgot to mention as well that we picked up Book of Revelations too late for us to get 4th level Bandage Girl. But even 3rd level Bandage Girl, nothing wrong with that. Apparently you blew yourself up with your own bomb. Bet you feel real intelligent right now. Did we go to our item room on this floor? I actually don't remember. We definitely went to our shop. We went to our curse room. I didn't think that we'd gone up this way, but the empty rooms were tricking me a little bit. We have a golden key, so we might as well explore as much as we possibly can. We'll go back for that key right now, because it's possible I'll take a different path here next time. And I do want to keep this Stars card, because of course we have a really, really good chance of doing Boss Rush on this run. And if, you know, I'm Azazel. I'm going to do Boss Rush as Azazel. I'm sorry. If I get the opportunity to, at least I'm going to do Boss Rush as Azazel. I know it's going to annoy some people. Too bad, basically. You know, you're 94, 95 videos into the streak at this point. How many times have we done Boss Rush? There was like, there was a period where I had done Boss Rush like 8 or 9 times in a row. So this, to me, seems a little bit more reasonable, shall we say, that I'm doing it like once every 10 videos, maybe even less. I think, and I gotta admit, people were right. People were like, you know, part of your inconsistent play is due to rushing for Boss Rush. Absolutely not incorrect. Since I've stopped rushing for Boss Rush and thinking that it's a hugely important thing, we've mostly done a lot better. So I apologize that I was originally hesitant to... It's good, yeah. I apologize that I was originally hesitant to admit to that, but I think it's probably true. In hindsight, you got a Spirit Heart for me? Oh, you do! 2 Spirit Hearts. What was I trying to do there? I think at this point, it's the less conservative play, but I am going to just stick with Guppy's head because we have so many Spirit Hearts already. It's a decision that possibly could come back to bite me in the ass, but I think we'll really notice its effectiveness against enemies that... enemies that we have to... Let's put it this way. Enemies that are more likely to hit us the closer we get to them. This way the flies can hit them from afar, and they're going to do a lot of damage as a result of the fact that, you know, I do a lot of damage. So I think these flies, we're going to stack them up pretty nicely. Probably use most of them on bosses, because I think we'll have like a net positive increase of flies room to room. Relic also means that we are totally justified in getting rid of Book of Revelations here. There's the tick, so we almost had to get rid of Petrified Poop, which to be honest with you is not even a bad idea at this point, but I'd rather not, of course. I might as well at least use that for now. And we got nothing else to do with our money. Why don't we buy pills and see if maybe we get some luck upgrades or something like that. Telepills, Pretty Fly. Second Pretty Fly is worth the 7 cents. There's another luck upgrade as well, and 48-hour energy is pretty good. This is a decent haul. What was our other one? Telepills? I mean, we could use telepills instead of the stars, because we've already been to our item room. So, I mean, that makes actually a lot of sense, because we could teleport to an error room instead, which would give us an extra item. What do you think? You want to do Dark Room on this one? Azazel isn't, like, his Brimstone laser doesn't have too many cool synergies, except with, like, regular Brimstone. Ooh, 2 of diamonds. Not immediately incredibly useful, but that's alright. What do you got for me? What do you got for me? It is a 5-room. Okay, so we will redo this room, this floor, I should say, after we telepills out of the boss trap room. we might, hilariously enough, be able to get 2 boss trap rooms. I don't know. Something about that is ridiculous and hilarious to me if we can swing it. Almost done. The faster we do it, the faster we can make it happen, at least. I don't know if we've ever... I think we maybe have done it once before. I know that is a... Oh, I took the freaking Polaroid. But we might be able to take the negative anyway. I don't want your items. Yeah, I mean, I'll take that, but I don't really want it. We're at 17. It's pretty unlikely we can make it work. Infestation 2, not even a question. That's Book of Revelation. So I think we're, like, down and to the left. What? I'm very confused now. 3rd pretty fly. I'm not sure if we can even hold it. Okay. So this should make us, like, substantially more powerful. Did we not? We didn't even get to our secret room earlier. That's our lust room. Where the heck was, what is going on here? Give us a card we can take with us. Wheel of Fortune is takeable. At this point, I think we gotta say probably no to Boss Rush. I haven't been here. Fucking Curse of the Lost, man. Every freaking time. We didn't do this. Okay, I remember where we are now. It's extremely unlikely we do 2 boss rushes now, but, stranger things have happened. Was it to the right? I thought for sure we made, like, a huge bank to the left before we fought the boss. Don't even bother. Okay, I definitely remember this. This is our item room. We come up here, and here's the shop on the right side. This seems right now. Okay, that's our 2nd secret room, then. We might as well. Boss Rush is a long... Where the heck was that? It was this room, then. Okay. Alright, well, we're doing this again. And we're stronger. Either way, we're going to get another item room and another shop. And we have the compass now. So if we go very, very quickly, we might be able to swing it. Let's put this up on the screen. We're already at 19 minutes, basically. Any enemy that has, like, a delayed death is going to be super annoying for us. I'm thinking we go straight. I can see forever. It had to be there. Okay, now we skip a couple rooms. Now, the thing is, it's not worth it to do this and then not have a teleportation card, which we still do not have. So I'd like to maybe get to our shop in the meantime as well. It looks like we will probably be able to swing this if we want to. Get to our shop, buy a teleportation. Telepills? No. Okay. We can do this. There's a lot of stuff on the screen right now. It's getting a little crowded, I got to admit. Come on, come on. These guys are annoying because they don't die quickly enough. Teleport. Telepills. 48-hour energy. Telepills. Oh, we can do it. Okay. Go fast. Go fast. Now, this might backfire a little bit, but I think it's worth a shot at least. If only the spiders could have gotten here in time. There we go. Okay, we got another deal with the devil, so let's take the negative this time. Yes. 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 Still good HP. Alright. We got in. At which point I will take the D6. And then... I don't really want to reroll Guppy's head. I'd rather Telepills out. Okay, I don't want to fight our boss rush because we made that mistake before. Well, this is a weird one, but I think you got to admit that turned out pretty well. We ended up... Okay, let's take that off the screen now. It's getting annoying. We ended up getting in there, getting our D6. We also got Mark Abaddon Guppy's collar. And now we have the D6 to go along with this as well. We're going to do the boss trap room. We're going to do our item room. There's an arcade we can't really do much with. It's looking real good, and we've, like, drastically improved our damage. And it was great before, but our damage is going to be insanely good now, especially when you consider that, you know, we got all these flies being created as well. Okay. It's not like we're going to be able to give any more money to our donation machine, but it's worth the try nonetheless. We still got item room. We haven't been to our shop. It is available. Wow, that was fast. Yeah, this is going to be a very strong run. And at the very least, I'm excited that we managed to... we managed to make something cool happen. Instead of it just being like, oh, man, that damage. Instead of just being like, oh, we're Azazel, you know, let's do the Azazel thing and ball out of control. It's more like, you know, we had kind of a cool interaction here. And it was really tight as well. There was some closeness. This is a weird one. I don't really want to ruin our invincibility, but I will. I will. Wanted to see if there was some kind of donation machine. Not donation machine, judgment there. So our speed is going to be a little lower, but our damage is going to be improved. It's not like we ruined a Whore of Babylon or anything like that in the process, so I don't think we need to be bent out of shape. That was not a good use of a key, in case you were wondering how I felt about that particular situation. Hopefully we get a deal with the devil, turn into Guppy, get Hive Mind on this shop, and then this could be potentially one of the most powerful runs we've ever had sincerely, but now we're just going to take Mom's Key instead, and that's very good. Maybe we'll look for a Joker card or something. Nothing. That's okay. You know, we got enough bombs to at least give this a shot. I didn't like that other one over there. He looked at me funny. Okay, we got the D6. I could have re-rolled Fat Odd Mushroom. I don't think we made the wrong choice, though. I'm actually very, very pleased with the way that this has worked out. And that extra, like, oh, it's up there. The extra, let's see if we got something in our mob trap room. And maybe I can finish a fucking sentence. But the extra floor that we did there was incredibly useful for us. And let's keep in mind what we got from it. The Mark, another Guppy item, the D6, Abaddon, Fat Odd Mushroom, Small Rock, Mom's Key. That's pretty freaking good. Plus we got the negative. So I think if I want to, I can go to Shoal. And with damage like this, let's take this opportunity to appease the... Appease, you know, it gets a bad rap. Thanks to human history. Which might be fair. However, appeasement is not necessarily a bad thing in all situations. It doesn't necessarily imply that the other party is asking for something that is not reasonable. So, that's what I'm hoping to do for the people who want to see the dark room here. Hopefully this is a golden chest. Now we don't have any probable hope of fighting death on this floor. Any more probable than any other boss anyway, so we shouldn't worry about getting a 3rd level Bandage Girl. If we get a 3rd level Bandage Girl, I think that's pretty cool. It's a decent haul. If we don't get 3rd level Bandage Girl, I think it's largely also completely okay. It looks like this is probably the way to get to our boss fight. And this Balls of Steel pill, I think my goal, and I'll go back for that, my goal should be to not have to use the Balls of Steel pill to get to full health. If I can just stay above full health and never use the Balls of Steel pill, and I mean, it's a little unfair because we have the Relic working for us, but I think we could conceivably, that's not Guppy, I think we could conceivably not take 2 hits for the rest of the game. Also, where did I get rid of Curved Horn? The secret room on the last floor probably, right? That's a +2 damage upgrade I just let slip away for no reason, but relatively minor, I would say, in the whole scheme of things, given how we look on this run. No deal with the devil. Yeah, I appreciate that reroll, actually. Let's head down to the next floor. It's going to be a surprisingly long Azazel run. I mean, there have been, like, world record Azazel runs that have beaten the game in 4 minutes or something like that, so this is a little bit longer than 4 minutes. Sorry, I can't open that chest. Something about that didn't seem right to me right there. Now, we still can get into our cursor room and our... Well, the cursor room, of course, you can always get into, but we can get into our boss trap room as well. Don't see any tinted rocks there. Well, you are not a red chest. At this point, if you're not a red chest, it's going to be hard to sell me. The luck upgrades are nice. Now, we get red chests on the dark room. So there's actually a half-decent chance we could become Guppy. This is probably... I've got to say that this is the luckiest run we've had in maybe, you know... I mean, possibly over the course of the entire streak. If you factor in the fact that we've randomed Azazel. But for real, this is, at least in the last, like, 30 episodes, this is the luckiest I've gotten here. Items, character, you know, the speed at which we got HP, it just looks, pretty great. If we become Guppy, and if somehow we can get Hive Mind, that's, like, the only thing I could really see making this even better. Come on, finish the Guppy dream. That's alright. That's okay. Maybe on the dark room. It can happen. It's been known to. I know we're leaving behind a little bit of money. I'm pretty much non-concerned about that. If I'd stuck with the curved horn as well, that would have been nice. That probably would have made an appreciable difference. Didn't see any tinted rocks there. They are commonly found there, but it's not like we have any control over that. I had a feeling this might be a dead end. We might as well go back for the Spirit Heart. Alright. Now at this point, I'm like, give me an Emperor card, because we are, you know, I'm on the clock. I'm looking forward to doing my next run, which will be an Isaac run, so Let's not get too burned out on the D6 here. And I'm not done with this run. I'm having a good time with it, but at the same time, why not, right? At the same time, I'm hoping that we can get another run of similar quality happening next time. It's unlikely, but maybe, you know, Infestation 2 is just one of those items for us today. You know, the item that shows up all the time. Actually, if many of the items were that item for us right now, I'd be in an extremely good position. If Cannon Ninetails was that item, I'd be in a good position. If Torn Photo was that item, I'd be in a good position. Well, that coffee is still far too hot. And let's remember, this is, there is a library back there. You wanna, let's give it a try. Maybe we can get something cool happening there. Let's remember, you know, this is win 95. I got really excited for 90. Now, we're halfway between where I got excited and where we can possibly... Oh, that's not a library. It's an Awaz rune. That's not a library, that's my wife! Oh, classic. Might as well try to play this. It can let us get to a half heart at least. I went to the freaking... I am such an idiot, I just realized. You know what I'm about to say. I went to the cathedral instead of going to the dark room. I will tolerate no conspiracy theory about that. You know, what's the... It's like... Is it Hanlon's razor? Never attribute to malice that which can be equally explained by ignorance. Basically, like, never assume someone's being an asshole when they might just be an idiot. So, again, it wasn't like I was like, hey, let me get the credit for talking about going to Shoal but not actually go to Shoal. There's no reason for me not to go to Shoal on this run. We would have kicked the crap out of it easily, but it's just ingrained muscle memory over, you know, hundreds and hundreds of games. So that's an extremely stupid decision on my part, but if we have the opportunity to do it next time, we'll try. On the bright side, at least we had both of the Polaroid and the negatives, so that this didn't end up being a decision that actually, like, killed the run. Or not killed the run, but you know what I mean, like, made the run seem somewhat less, valid than it otherwise could have been. Spiders are helpful, man. We lost our whole spider army already, so... It's actually going to be a little bit longer of an Isaac fight than I would like, and it's making me feel pretty silly about getting rid of the curved horn. Hopefully we can get some damage upgrades on the chest. Actually, you know what? Hopefully I can make it up to people, and maybe they'll give me, like, Dad's Key on the chest, so that I can fight Mega Satan. I would be totally cool with the idea of fighting Mega Satan right now. I guess we'll just head down to the next floor, and we'll see. Did this coffee cool down in the last, the intervening 10 seconds? Good enough. Okay. No question we will be taking that. Probably not worth it this late. And again, probably not worth it. So I like all those items, but I think I'm going to ignore them. And he says as he walks into Infamy, but Infamy is nice. But I think I'm going to ignore them in the hopes of getting some more items. To be honest with you, we can probably afford to reroll, we can probably afford to take half-decent items and reroll only the truly unlikely to help, because we have a really buffed-up luck stat. I would be expecting some chests to drop. Do we have Humbling Bundle? No. And we don't have Contract from Below, so it would just be like one chest per room, but still. We could reroll something like Bomb Bag instead of rerolling the Miter and Juicy Sack. But I'd prefer to have rooms with multiple rerolls on them, but it's... Let's be honest, it's largely irrelevant either way. This is a great run, and nothing's ever going to stand in our way here. So we're only 5 wins away from getting to 100, and, you know, there might be some wins in there that are questionable. Like, I thought there was one where we just got a free win because we did the chest twice because I quit the game weirdly. You know, we'll have to do, like, another one, I guess, to have, like, true 100. But just hitting 100 is going to be a milestone that I'm going to be extremely proud of. So I'm not going to, like, 100, I'm going to celebrate at 100. I'm not going to say, well, technically it's only 99 because of that run where, you know, technically I shouldn't have gotten the win, but I did. Shit like that is going to happen from time to time. It's not really, like, a quality reroll for us. It's nice damage, don't get me wrong. It's just not as good as it could be. because it's going to be impossible for us to shoot that and also, you know, shoot our laser at the same time. And the tech laser is actually doing so much damage that I don't want to pay any disrespect to that. Like, that's a huge DPS boon for us right now. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that 100 is 100 to me. If we can at least see that counter get triple digits, I will be thrilled. And then the streak can end happily. I know there's some people clamoring, you know, oh, when you hit 100, you should play as the Lost just to see if you can keep it up. I don't know, man. My intention is to keep the streak going as long as it'll go. I don't want to hit 100 and then be like, okay, I've accomplished my goal. You know, let's fade away. That's not really my intention. I think we're definitely going to get through this without using Balls of Steel. Yeah, it's not my intention to do that, so I wouldn't bank on it happening. I can understand why some people might think it's interesting. Maybe we hit 1,000, we'll do that. But definitely when the streak ends, I think we owe the people some lost runs. That's definitely true. Let's reroll both. Yeah, Attack Fly's fine, and Monster Man, well, we can take in. What did we get? Sissy Longlegs. It's actually, like, pretty okay. I don't really care what you do, Blue Baby, because you can spawn many enemies, and those enemies will turn into my friends. So I appreciate that. He is almost dead. This, you know, obviously I haven't played that well in the chest. A little sloppy as I was finishing up my my repertoire, but at the same time, very easy run, and I'm very proud of the fact that we managed to make that happen. That's our 19th milestone on the way to 20 straight 5-win streaks, if that makes any sense at all. 5 more wins, and we will be at that magical number. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.